Hello and welcome back. Now we are done with our roof plan and elevation, so I would like you to compare your results to my own and see what you have. So this is what I have here now. This is for the front elevation, the left elevation, the rear elevation, and this is for the right elevation. Now the next thing we are going to do now is we are going to do the building elevation now, and we combine it with the roof elevation to make us have a complete building approach. We start the elevation using the ground floor plan, and to do that we don't need all these dimensions, so put off this dimension and we can copy this ground floor elevation. Copy and let it be somewhere around here. So you have to align it now with the roof, and don't forget that we said our concrete fascia is 600 from the wall. Our wall is starting from this point for the ground floor. This is the cantilever part of the building, and to do that now, what we are going to do is we pick a line from this point here, draw a straight line, let it come down a bit, and use your move command now and move it, picking it from this point, move it to the side by 600. So you have this now, and now we are going to align this floor plan with this now. So click your move command again, select all this, and we pick it from this point now. And the reason why we are picking that point is because we used our first floor plan for the roof plan, so the cantilever will align with this point here now, and we leave it that way. So we can delete this away now, since we just used it for our alignment, and I think this point is also here. Delete this away. So the next thing we'll do now is pick our X line and trace the edges of the front elevation. Now we trace it in respect to the roof. We use X line, vertical, and since it is floor plan we are doing, you don't pick this cantilever, you pick the front here. Now this is the floor plan wall. This is where the floor, the ground floor will be, wall will start. Pick this point. After that, we see this is an edge again. We'll see this edge, and again we'll see this window. Pick it, and this is a wall straight, nothing in there. So we'll see this point here again, and this is a door. We'll see this wall door, and it is aligning with this point here. So just pick this point and pick this point again, pick this point, pick this point, so the next thing we are going to see after that is this opening again for the door, this door and this point here. So the next thing, pick this and this and this and this. So that's what the point will be picking for the elevation of the ground floor. And after that, what you just do is draw a line, an arbitrary line from this point here. And the next thing is also would offset this line. The height of our building is 3 meters. So we offset this line 3 meters upward. So we leave it that way. So the next thing we are going to do now, so we start tracing out what we see in the approach. This is our approach now. What we'll see this wall, and there's nothing on this wall, so it's just a plain wall up. The next thing is we'll see this we'll first see this, something like, let's call it arc or an entrance, or this terrace here now, and we'll see straight to the window. So we'll see this window now. So for the window now, the window is starting 900 from the ground floor, from the floor level. So we offset 900, and the height of the window is 1200 mm, offset 1200 mm again. And so we'll trim away these lines. So after that, we'll see another wall. We don't have anything there. The next thing we'll see after this wall is a door. So from the floor level now, the door is going to have an height of 2,1. So from the floor level, we just do offset of the floor level 2100 up, and we trim away the unnecessary part of it. So we'll leave it that way. We are done with that part. So the next part is, we have our column here now, our aesthetic column here. So we've traced them out already. So the next thing is this our arc or entrance lobby, and we see this wall again. So we see this door here now. So the door is also starting 2,1 from the floor level, offset again 2,1 from the floor level and up. We trim away the unnecessary part of this. And this. So the next thing we are seeing is wall, and we'll see our aesthetic column. So since we have done all that now, let's place the elements we are seeing. Let's place them into our elevation now. We see a window here, which is 1, 2. So we'll go to our block we imported into this drawing. If you don't have it already, I think you have the block reference. You can pick any one you want from there. So I think, let me measure this and be sure it is 1, 2 window. Okay, this is 1, 2 window. And what I'll do now is copy this and pick it from here, and turn up my auto and move to this point here. Place this here. The next thing is 900 door, and let me look at the orientation of the door before I copy. So the door is opening to the right. So I'm picking a door from here. Let me pick this door. Copy this and place it there. So the next one is this 1, 2 door. The orientation, let me look at it. The big leaf is opening to the left. So I'll copy this one also. What I'll do next is pick out the edges of the building here now. So this is an edge of the building. This is also an edge. So at this point, there's no edge at this point here. So I'm going to delete these two guides. So the next thing again, there's no edge at this point here. So I'm deleting these two guides. And what I'll take care of next is our arc here now, or let's say our entrance pin here now, and the same thing we have here now. I'll take care of them, and to do that now, I'll offset down 900 mm. That is the distance of that the distance from the floor to that point is 21. So I'll just offset 900 downward, because if you subtract 21 from 3, you have 900. You have 900. Offset 900. Just bring this down and trim away the unnecessary part of it. So I'm going to trim away this also, this line here. So trim away this, and I won't be able to put anything here because this is going up here now. It's an entrance lobby and it's going straight up. So it's at the first floor that we're going to do the same thing we are doing here. It's what we'll do at the first floor. So after that, I have to bring all these front. They are at the back of the object, so I'll bring them front. So you do draw order and bring to front. So the next thing I'm going to do is match properties of the wall, this wall, to this and this. So you can see this design at the edge of the window. So since the window is far inside, we won't be able to see the design again. The design would not be showing again. So we'll trim out this design to show that it's not part of what we are going to be seeing again. Select this object and this, and trim this out. So delete this, and that's all for that. Now for the ground floor, that is what we'll be seeing for the ground floor now. That is all we'll be seeing when we are approaching the building for the ground floor. So we'll take care of the first floor now. So to do that, we are going to move this downward a bit. So select all this and use your move command and move it downward. Sorry. So the next thing we are going to do now is remove in the first floor now. So come here and pick your first floor. Copy the first floor from here. And put off your auto here. So you align it, the edge with the cantilever edge here now. You align it and just move it straight up, and make sure the polar tracking is on to be sure you are moving it in the right direction. So you drop it there now. So some guides should align with this, and the guides that are not aligning with the first floor, we have to delete them away, and we put new guides now. So this guide now is no more aligning with the first floor, so we'll trim it away. So the remaining guides here now, this one and these are aligning. So we'll put new guides to the first floor now. Your X line again, vertical. Put this one here. This one at this point here. This at this point here. And we put one at this point here for our cantilever, put another one at this point here, another one at this point here, at this point here, and another one at this point here. So we take the same approach we did for the ground floor. We take the same approach. So this is our height of the ground floor now. So after this ground floor, since it is a story building, we are having two-story building here now. This is the first story, the second story is at the top here now. So we do offset for this distance of the height of our slab, which is 150 mm, and offset it upward 150 mm. So from the top of 150 mm here now, we offset 3000. That is the height of our first floor too, and we'll leave it that way. So we can continue now. We'll see a wall going up directly from here. So the next thing we are seeing is the window here. So we offset 900 first. After there, your window is starting from this 900 points now. The window is having a distance of 1 to the height of 1 to, sorry, and we'll trim away the unnecessary. So after that, the next thing we are going to see for our first floor now, this is this wall columns here now. These are our aesthetic column, so we'll leave this part like that. So since there's no edges here now, we have to trim away this also. So the next thing we'll see is the edge of our cantilever to this point here now, the edge of our cantilever. So select this and this, and let's see where it leads to. So it will be coming out from our slab here now. So we just pick a rectangle and we trace it from this point to this point there, and let's give it the layer of our cantilever. Leave it that way. So after that, we'll be seeing our sliding window. We'll be seeing our sliding door, sorry, for this. We'll be seeing our sliding door for this. And the sliding door will also have the height of 2.1. We offset 2.1 up. I'll trim the unwanted. So you can see what next do we have. It is our column, our static columns that we have next. So for our first floor too, let's place the element we are looking at, the window, which is for this window. Let's see the size of this window. That's 1.5. So let's come here into our block reference and look for the window that suits what we are doing. So let's measure this window first. So that's 1.5. So we can copy this. And place this here. And mind you, since there's no edges, this is our first floor now, there's no edges at this point now. This is an edge, this is an edge. So we have to delete these two guides away. And we have our windows there. So the next thing is our sliding door here now. So look for the sliding door. This is my own sliding door. So copy this sliding door, I will place it here. So since there are no edges here for our doors, we'll delete this guide